for the most part, we got to deal with this fight now. This is going to be the tough one. So we had to use our Strigoi to deal with a rebellion that popped up at Talabheim. I just edited it out, but we're only going to have these two armies to deal with him. I think we'll be okay though. These two should be able to do quite a bit of damage. So she's already got one level of, or no, 2 levels of Purple Sun. Decent winds and magic, good winds and magic on both armies actually, so it doesn't matter who starts the fight. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I think what I'll probably do is send this guy in first. So she's got the mount, he does not.
This better be important.
Yeah, let me think about that. I think it's probably okay though. Send him in first. But the only downside is I'd like him to move and attack the Brass Keep next turn. Although maybe we don't need to. Maybe we use, because this guy will have more movement speed. So 38 left after 28 left. So yeah, I think this one's probably the safer bet. So leave at the edge, and then we have him go here next turn. Yeah, see, he's not recruiting here, so this is as big as his army's going to get in this area. Let's make sure... No, we can't recruit anything else, so let's just get in there. Also, oh, you know what? I forgot I had him on channel, so he actually has more. Yeah, he'll be left with 38 as well. So 25, 38. Yeah, I think I'd rather attack with this army. That's fine. And then we can sack. We can have this one clean it up, the other army go north, and then they should be fine. We're going to set up in the back here, in this corner. So we got our reinforcements moved to come in through there. Let's go get some damage out. So we'll cast it on Festus. So that did about 10 to 15% damage. That's pretty good. Just get a couple of those on him. Oops, it didn't cast somehow. Let's get it on this guy then if he's going to chase us. So we're getting chased by melee specialist, I think. Yeah, melee specialist. Let's just get back to that corner. They're actually going to hit us with a bunch of units here. Shoot. Okay, all these guys need to stop. This lady is going to get caught here. Yep. Okay, can we get them to group up then at least? If we're going to get caught, we can get a black sun thing. Yeah, let's do it on that. Perfect. And then these guys can start to group up back here. How did that do? Oh, that did really well. Yeah, wiped them out completely. Perfect. Alright, let's keep getting these guys grouped up if we can. Okay, they're all grouped up. We're going to harass here up at the front now. So I guess it's going to be hard to get the Festus. Let's just keep hitting this guy because we're going to have to do the same thing to him. Might as well just do that now. So we'll draw him in. Maybe we can get him up there earlier. Right, how are we looking back here? Yep, that's looking pretty good. Right, I think we need to save our winds and magic here for spirit leeches only. We're already we're down to only 17 left. We have a lot in reserves. We just can't get them out until we get our black periopt to speed that up. Right, they're coming after us with the bats. Get the bats in our little ball here. Oh, they want to go after the Lord. Nice. Actually, totally fine with that. And then we can harass this guy a bunch as well. So he's starting to lose morale. Really taking much damage on this guy. Yeah, he's doing really well. So the bats, that's a free kill. I'm not going to use the spell on this guy, actually. I'm going to hold, because we need to save our winds and magic. I feel like we have him without needing it. Right, we're getting charged here by warhounds and whatever that is. Right, here we go. This guy can get executed soon. Execute him. Let's see if we can just run him down. We don't need to execute. All right, here we go. Yep, they're fighting. That's perfect. Yeah, we can run this guy down. That is really good. We need to get Festus out of here, but we also need to get this giant out. I think he's got regen, though, so I would rather go after Festus if we can. There we go. That unit's fleeing already. Alright, we need to get at Festus. Do they have any more fast moving? They have one more fast moving unit right there, so we have to watch out for. But let's nope, they got another Warhound right here. Yep, that's not acceptable. So we need to go this way. Big deal. Let's get in there, and then we need to start hitting Festus. Whoa, I don't know what that was. He just casted it on his own units. Yeah, we need to hit Festus. We could overcast to get the range, but I'd rather not, because it is kind of an expensive spell. Yeah, the troll is going to really do some damage here, so let's pull back with this guy. He's got pretty good tank, but not infinite. We'll pull him back a little bit. Festus is in range now. Perfect. We can slide around here. These guys are tied up. Alright, there we go. We're hitting them. Let's also get some Winds of Magic here on the healing side. And actually, this lady can still... Yeah, she can still hit. Oh, man, yeah, this is going to be rough. We just don't have a ton of Winds of Magic, but... Just need these guys not to crumble already. Yeah, they're getting hit by that damage over time, that dot that he's got. That's pretty bad. Okay, let's get more spells. Okay, she's taking a bit too much damage. Let's pull back. And then we can't do much about that. We can use a nuke right here, so it's safe to do it right here because even if it travels towards our ball, it's not gonna reach there in time. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, I would actually rather you come back this way. Come back this way, please. Not gonna listen. Kind of listening. Yeah, that did a lot of damage. Wow, we just crushed their army. Well, not crushed all of it, but at least half the army's crushed. Let's finish off Festus. We probably need to do some overcast here on the healing side. Because holy Jesus, these guys are not doing well. They are crumbling a lot, or not crumbling. A lot of their guys are fleeing though, and they're at the edge of the map, so it's just they instantly run. Let's get this lady out so we can get some healing done. We need to get our shields back before we can go in safely. Yeah, as long as they don't crumble, we're okay. They're at like 20 morale, so not great, but they're holding. Black Periop, perfect timing because we need it. Let's get another one on Festus. These cav might be coming for us, so let's get back. Okay, can you stop getting stuck on every little freaking thing, man? That is so annoying. That is so annoying. There's units that are fleeing. They're not even trying to hit our guy, and they stick to him like a freaking glue trap. Just absurd. Okay, let's try to focus down this giant again. Yeah, we have to keep using our Winds of Magic. I don't think we use it for the heal. If we lose our army, it's not a big deal. They're mostly garbage. We absolutely have to kill Festus. And I think once we kill him, that'll provide a little bit of morale boost. Okay, come on. He's almost dead. And this giant is healing too fast, so I should have pulled him and had him attack Festus instead. Actually, you can attack Festus. We're not getting our shield back for some reason. Let's get another nuke on Festus. They're still holding. Yeah, some of them are crumbling, but they're still mostly holding. Let's cycle charge these guys. I don't think we're going to get our shield back anytime soon. Something's canceling it. We have plenty of Winds of Magic. We just need to get access to it. Dang, man. Yeah, he's low. He's about to be in execution range. Yeah, our line's crumbling. Everybody's going to crumble now. We got another Black Periopt. That means we can nuke him again. Alright, there we go. Can we hit him? No, he's too far away. And of course, these guys have us trapped. This game just does that. Okay, there we go. He's almost dead. He's in execution range.
Swiftly.
We do have another. We have Winds of Magic for one more, so we'll get in there. There you go. He's dead.
Curse of years.
As long as we don't lose our Lord or Hero, I think we're in good shape. Yeah, he's fleeing. He's gonna flee right into us, and then we'll be able to take him out. And then as long as our Lord can tank, which I think he can, as long as he can tank, we'll be fine. Like I said, we can afford to lose this army. There we go. Festus is dead. They should be getting morale hit. And then that should boost. Yeah, it boosted some of our zombies. Now we need to, I think, save up for black purple. So that the black sun, purple sun, whatever.
Swiftly.
Yeah, because that's the only way we deal with this many units is some kind of AoE spell. So we'll save up our Winds of Magic here. We need 18 to cast a single one. A lot of these guys are starting to flee. Can we get damage on this troll, please? There we go. Black Periopt. We should be able to get a purple sun. Gonna get it right in the middle of this big group. That should do a tremendous amount of damage. Nice, nice, nice. Yep, that's perfect. Now we need to take out the troll. The troll's fleeing. Everybody's fleeing. We got it. We got it. I'm going to end the battle now so that we don't lose any more units. We already lost a bunch. We could run some units down, but it doesn't matter. This army's dead anyways. And then there's a few units that did actually survive. And if we continue to fight, then they'll crumble all the way to 0. And I don't want that. So what a fight. Wow. I thought it wasn't going to be that hard. I thought we'd be able to do more harassment in the beginning, but they just have too many fast-moving units. So what did we actually lose? We lost 2 zombies and 3 skeletons. So actually not that bad. And then yeah, they're completely dead. So this army is kind of not going to be doing all that well, which means we should probably send these guys up instead. So we'll have him capture.
Everything dies.
Oh, nice. We defeated Festus, casualty replenishment rate, and vigor loss reduction. Oh, nice. We also got the Barded Nightmare and the Flying Steed and the Corpse Cart and the Flying Steed. Wow. So good fight. That was definitely a good fight. So we need to get a lot of this stuff back. Unfortunately, there's nothing here. We can get some zombies, and then we'll have to go to another place. Now, that was a big fight. I don't know why we didn't get a corpse pit. That was well over 2,000 troops. And then what we want to do is make this army look as weak as possible so that we can attack them. Now, we will take attrition. I don't want to take attrition. We don't need to, because we're in movement range anyway. So we'll go force march in our territory. That'll cause these guys to come out and attack. We'll wipe them out, and then we'll come do the same thing to the keep. It'll look really weak because it's just 2 units, and then the garrison will sally out. We'll wipe them out, and then we'll take the settlement. Hopefully in one turn. So these guys, yeah, there's not much we can do here. Yeah, we can take some dire wolves. That would actually be helpful here. But aside from that, not much. Oh, and also we did get another blood kiss. So we have 6. We have enough to do a level 2. And I think we should probably do control or Winds of Magic. Oh man, Winds of Magic capacity would be really good. We burned through a lot of Winds of Magic. We don't really deal with rebellions too much. So yeah, I'm gonna take that one. So that gives us a plus 15. Yeah, 115 Winds of Magic max on all these guys. Let's go ahead and kick off the war in the south against Zufbar. So we're going to attack here at Oakenhammer.
I relish the opportunity.
26. I don't think we have enough movement speed to sack, so we'll just loot and occupy maybe, or just straight up occupy.
No.
Either way, declare war. There's nobody that we can get to pay us to do that, so no big deal. We need to get our homeboy over here, Mr. Necromancer.
Very good.
And we still have 26. Yeah, I think we need usually like 30, so we're going to be off by a tiny bit. This one looks pretty good, but let's throw some items on just in case. Let's take a few more zombies since they're basically free. And then we'll get in there. We need to make sure we don't take too many losses or any losses. We will get replenishment this turn. So if we take a couple, it's not that big of a deal. But let's go ahead and throw, I think, Razor Standard would probably go best on like the skeletons that have high unit count. No, let's put it on the dogs and our Grave Guard, because those are the ones going to be doing the heavy lifting. We'll throw the minus leadership on the main lord, and then we'll go. So it's giving us decisive victory. I don't think it's worth auto-resolving still. Yep, I don't like that. But we're going to do most of our harassment here with the Lord, since he's got 750 on the barrier. The main thing I want to get rid of is these minor blasting charges. Those things do a ton of damage, so I'm not really interested in getting hit by that. I think it's going to take kind of a long time to burn all these guys' ammo, so I don't really think it's worth doing that. We can get a few of them out, but yeah, let's try and get this guy to shoot his load. There he goes. There he goes. Yep. Right, that's it. So his he has no charge left, so we're good on that. Moving the blob into position. My god, that's a lot of zombies and skeletons and whatnot. Yeah, good luck touching that up. They are actually hitting our necromancer, so let's pull him back a little bit. And then we'll move it up as one giant cohesive blob. And we're just going to walk straight in. And then if we can tie up these archers, that would be ideal. Perfect. And then just got to focus on healing. And then we got our dogs ready to go as soon as somebody starts to run. All right, here we go. Let's start healing. These crypt ghouls took a bit of damage, but we're tying up their range. You know, we could go after these guys. I'm just worried these dogs aren't going to be able to do enough damage quickly, and then they'll get chopped down. So why don't we just heal? We'll just heal through all this. This is fine. Yeah, we can hit these guys from the back. Nobody's coming to save them. There we go. Those coralers are going down. Let's heal up the direwolves. Like I said, we can afford to take a few losses. Not that big of a deal.
You serve me.
Okay, I think we got it in the bag. They're starting to run, so I'm gonna cut this. Yeah, army loss. There we go. There we go. We got our first settlement from Zufbar. I would love to sack it, but we just don't have the movement speed. We will take 900 though.
Everything dies.
Yeah, perfect. That got rid of the building. So the game plan is to interesting. So he can actually reach that in one turn. Can we reach him in one turn? We can. We can reach Zufbar in one turn. So what I'm hoping they do is they crash this army into Drakenhof. It's pretty strong, so I think we can hold that. And even if we can't, we could just take it back. They'll take massive losses. So that should be okay. This is going to be the hardest fight, I feel like, between these. They have a little bit of a garrison here, but they have a strong army here. They've got Iron Drakes. This dude. Yeah, this is not going to be an easy fight, but we'll have to make it work.
Bring me flesh to cry.
All right, so we've got 16 out of 20. We can get a couple more zombies.
Beacon.
Or we can get zombie... No, they don't have zombies up there.
What do you
We need to
want?
have room for our necro.
This will be fun.
Also, we have a vampire, but that's not going to be until next turn. I don't know if we want this vampire to go in this army or one of these. I haven't quite decided yet. But it doesn't help us this turn anyway, so let's
No
keep it to
mausoleums to
this.
defile.
So that'll put us at 17. We need 3 more zombies, and if we
I
go
will
here,
not
it's going to be
disgrace my
skeletons.
ancestors.
We already have 2 grave guards and 3 other skeletons, so probably just need to pad it out with zombies.
My bloodline.
So why don't we just do that then? Wait, let's put the items first so we can get it cheaper.
I have.
So we'll take 3 zombies. Get out of force march, and then we'll go besiege this. And then we need this guy to join. So he's disciplined, so that will help our front line a little bit.
Find me.
And for sure, we're like right at the limit of our movement range. We cannot sack this. We're gonna have to just loot and occupy.
Destroy them.
Right, what building do they have? Control, corruption. Yeah, we'll probably just loot and occupy. All right, let's put items on our other guy.
Do you need
So here's what we're looking at. We've got 2 lords, or sorry, lord and a hero. Both melee specialists though, so we don't have to worry about AoE spells. We've got some low tier Dwarf warrior. Yeah, coral. These are all tier 2. Dwarf warriors. We've got one set of miners, so only one that have the blast charge. And then they have another blast charge right here. So we gotta watch out for those two. They have iron drakes. So this is probably the biggest threat to our army. So whatever happens, we have to knock this out before we engage. Like, that's just not negotiable at all. We're also going to struggle taking these two guys out. And we'll have a little bit of issue with, I feel like, some of the crossbows. But the rest of the army, I think we can do okay. We actually have some firepower here with the Grave Guard. And I'm going to boost them up a little bit. Let's give them some extra armor piercing. And then, of course, we'll throw this on our Lord. Yeah, this is going to be a tough fight, but I feel like we have it. Yeah, I feel like we can do it. So on the bright side, the map looks somewhat favorable to us. There's a huge patch of woods here, and it's really covered from any angle that they would attack from. Like, they're not going to go over here to try and shoot. So if we go in this back corner, we will be downhill. We'll give up that advantage, but they're going to have to shoot through all these woods. So assuming we cannot burn all of their ranged ammunition, then we'll at least be able to absorb some of it with the trees. So let me go ahead and get these guys set up. Yeah, so there we have it. We're gonna chill at the base right down here. Like I said, if they want to come and shoot at us, I guess they'll have to shoot through all the trees. They'll still probably be able to get some decent shots off, but I don't know. We'll see what we can do. And I would love to use this dog to run down some units, but I don't know that we're going to get that opportunity. I am going to bring him a little closer, though, just in case. And if we have to sacrifice him to get the torpedo, whatever they're called, the torpedo guys out, then I won't have any issue doing that, because we could always rehire them. But those torpedoes can literally murder our entire army, so we gotta watch out for that. Let's get our winds of magic going here. Yeah, this is gonna be either really tough or really grindy. So there's a lot of ranged ammunition that we're gonna have to burn through. But like I said, the priority here is these iron drakes. So let's see if we can get over there. We're getting some of them to shoot at us, but I really need to get those miners. They have 2 sets. They don't seem to be here, though. Actually, can we get them to shoot at their own units? Because if we path into them... Oh, no. Okay, we need to go heal. Alright, round 2. Try it again. So we'll come from this angle. Yeah, they're already shooting. And what we want to do is try to get these guys right here. Yeah, we need the Iron Drakes to attack. Okay, we're getting shot from multiple angles, which is good, but it's also adding a bit of challenge here. Yeah, I don't want to get too close because they might burn through our shield pretty fast. It's okay. If they want to burn 3 or 4 units of ammunition, we'll take it and then we'll move on. So yeah, let me grind through this for a bit. So these Corlers, there's like 4 or 5 of them that are shooting, and they're almost out of ammo completely. So that'll be a pretty big help, but that's not really the main target. We do still need to get the miners and the torpedoes, and then we'll be a lot safer. We still could lose it if we play it wrong, so we got to be careful even after we burn their ammo. But we'll be in a lot better shape. Okay, here we go. They're out of ammo. Let's try and get the miners. Oh, they're so close. Throw your charge. Throw your charge, dude. No, they keep moving. Okay, so what we might need to do is use another unit to get them to look the other way. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and charge this guy. Just smack him around a little bit. There we go. Get some friendly fire on these guys if we can. Or just whittle them down. They're not really responding. Yeah, interesting that they're not doing anything about it. So, I mean, if we have to, I guess I could do this for their whole army. Spend another 3 hours. But yeah, we'll come back. Something else interesting happens, but otherwise I'm just going to grind these guys down. Right, I'm not sure what's going on. They're sending this short guy after us. I don't really want to get into a fight with him. I guess we could hit and run. Yeah, we could do that. Alright, let's boost up and then smack him and run. smack him and run. Oh yeah, it's hard. But we do have a shield, so we can kind of go through most of his aggression and just retreat when we need to get our shield back. Okay, he's faster than us? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Right, yeah, he's gonna chase us all the way back. So what I'm gonna do... Let's get our dog back. That's not what I wanted you to do. Okay, he's going back. Let's see if we can catch him. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try and figure something out here. All right, here we go. We're in range. No, dude. Every time we get close, they back out. Yeah. See, look at that. We were in range and then they just turned. There's the blast. Nope, they're going. All right, the enemy lord's chasing us now, so we could just pull him back to our grave guards. Yeah, they're sending him out by himself. All right, he's going all the way, and his army still hasn't moved. Oh no, he just moved. All right, I planned this in case he decided to do it again. We've got reinforcements to help slow him down, and we'll lose units for sure, but we can heal. Yeah, we can heal through it. But let's not lose too much, because then we'll lose our healing cap. Whereas this other guy has shield. He's not using any of his healing. All right, we're hitting him pretty good. Their army is still sitting back. So let's go ahead and boost up. Also, we can get our Necromancer up here, and then we can get a debuff on him, minus 24 melee and attack. They still haven't moved, so it looks like we're going to get a free kill on this guy. Yeah, he's okay. He just finally hit us for the first time. Yep, he hasn't hit us. He's so slow that our shield recharges before he hits us a second time. All right, there we go. He's basically done. Yep, he's fleeing. All right, get the Necromancer back. Actually, we don't need him. We should be able to run him down with just this guy. Yep, he's dead. And they still haven't moved. All right, so that's just a free kill, straight up. It literally cost us 1 heal on our dogs. There we go. All right, we got this guy to charge out. I don't know what causes him to do that. It's weird. Maybe it's a dwarf thing, but we should be able to kill this guy solo as well. All right, so we're just going to cycle charge him with the dogs. Oh, he smacked the dogs. Yeah, I'm trying to get them focused on not our lord, but yeah, I didn't want him to hit that hard. But yeah, he's about to break. Oh, he just took another good hit. Let's back out. And then, I don't know, he's just standing there like an idiot. So we'll recharge our shield, and then we'll go in again. He's about to break. Actually, if we charge in, he'll probably just crumble. Maybe, no, he just killed 7 dogs in 1 hit somehow. Okay, well anyways, we got him. Right, there we go. He's dead. All right, here we go. I think we can get these Iron Drakes. Finally. Come on. There it goes. Yep. All right, we got them shooting. I don't know how many rounds they have. Oh, wow, that does a lot of damage. Let's keep going. As soon as they shoot, we need to make sure we're spinning. Go, yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time hitting us like this. Here we go, minor charges. Oh boy, we're getting hit by the Iron Drake still. Holy crap, all at once. There we go. That's 1 minor down. So all of their ammo's gone. We just need to deal with this guy, and then there's 1 more set of miners up there. They got 10 rounds left, and then we'll go up there, get rid of the other one, and then I think we're ready to fight. All right, these guys have 1 or 2 shots left. And then we're pretty much good to go. 1 more. Yep, that's it. I think they're dry. No, 1 more. Yep, they're out. All right, let's go get the miners, and then we can start pushing. All right, see if we can get them to do it. There's some of them. There's some. Get the other half. Come on, just do it. There it goes. That's it. That's it. They have no more ranged weapons left. All right, what I'm going to do, they don't seem to be responding too well, so I'm going to pull my Doom stack up here. So we'll keep them kind of close by. So if they do decide to collapse on us, we can respond quickly. But otherwise, I'm just going to start harassing these guys until they decide to fight. Alright, they're moving for sure. Nope, they changed their mind. I don't know what the AI is doing, man. Alright, I repositioned my Doom stack to be right near the edge of their forces. So what I'm hoping happens is we can just slowly move in and start eating them. Also move my dogs behind them, which they seem to freak out when you do that. But they're still not moving off their line, so I don't really quite understand what their plan here is. They don't seem to want to react to this, but eventually the lines will touch. Now, what happened? Oh boy, what happens if I move these guys up just a little bit more? See if they do anything about it. No, they're just talking to each other. Look at that. Oh, okay. Some zombies are stabbing them. There we go. So technically, we're using our army, right? Technically. All right, here comes another unit. There we go. Now we're fighting for real. Let's get this guy up to the front. Get the debuff on him. And then he should be fighting as well, because he can get some decent kills and XP. We do need to stay on top of our healing, though. They are dwarves, so they hit pretty hard. What we're going to do is move our dogs. Oh, they're sending somebody after our dogs. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Yep, here they go. So the fight is kicked off in earnest. Hopefully, we get our grave guard involved here. Yeah, so far so good. Let's get the debuff out there on everybody again. I wanted to move the dogs behind to pick up anybody that was running, but they're just going to chase, so I guess that's fine. We'll keep them kind of close by. Yeah, see, look at, we could be picking these guys off right now. Really should. Let's slow it down a little bit, make sure we can stay on top of the healing. But so far, it looks promising. I'm going to focus on micromanaging the dogs. Yeah, we'll just micro the dogs. Keep an eye on all these guys down here, but I think they can handle it. Yeah, as long as we don't have to worry about the flamethrowers, I think we're in great shape. More debuffs. Yeah, and these guys on the outside are just waiting to get picked off. So they're not really crumbling or not fleeing yet. It's just the units that we had already chewed up pretty badly before with our Lord. They're kind of tucking tail and running, but yeah, this is pretty good. So yeah, you kind of get the idea. Anything gets spit out, we're going to run it down. But otherwise, I think we're good to go. Start cutting this up. And look how nice this ball is. We only have a little spot up here that doesn't have any action going on, but it's solid all the way around. And we are definitely winning the fight. So our zombies don't have too many kills. Yeah, what are we even getting kills with then? I guess this maybe it's just our Lord. Interesting. Yeah, we are definitely winning though. They're very close to breaking. Half their units are.
Necromancer.
And then with debuffs like that, like they don't hit anything. Like look at their melee attack. It's at 0. Melee defense at 4. So we're gonna pretty much hit them with everything, and they can't hit us back. Right, they're starting to spit some units out. Oh, don't hit the ball though. Don't hit the ball. There we go. Yeah, they're having a rough time in there. So we should be good. I'm gonna cut the rest. Yep, that's it. Got the victory. That's a lot of units we have to run down. Holy crap. These dogs are eating well today. Well, I thought that was going to be the hardest fight, and it would have been if we didn't burn their ammo first, but, you know, the AI is terrible in this game. So it is what it is. I'm not going to, like, intentionally run into them and lose the fight just to, you know, help the AI out. But anyways, we'll take it. Yep, that's the army wiped out. Garrison's gone. We'll take the settlement. And we are going to loot and occupy because we don't have movement speed. Yeah, we're giving up quite a bit of money, but that's okay. We're still making decent money from it.
I will alone.
So yeah, dump this. We got 3 levels with this guy. That's a good first start. So that was his first battle. So that is Zufbar. We've got one more battle. It is a walled settlement, so we might have a little trouble getting there. We still have to deal with the army, and like I said, they will most likely go down here. If they want to fight a field battle, I'm totally fine with that, because we do have a stronger army over here. This one's decent. It can... Well, shoot, is this one better? We have 2 grave guards in this one, but the other one has crypt ghouls. Yeah, it's hard to say. So I think what we should probably do is split this guy up, because we don't want 2 armies going down these mountain passes. It's just very inefficient. So we'll split this guy off, and maybe we'll go harass these guys. We still have 3 turns, yeah, before we can cancel this without getting Diplo ostracized. So maybe... what else could we do here then? Maybe we'll go after these guys.
As long as I am
2 settlements. Yeah, we could just go after them, and then once this clears, We'll fight these guys next. All right, now when it comes to Wiesenland and Nuln, this is going to be a tricky spot. So if we want to get to this, we have 30 out of 30, but we don't have Altdorf. So I was doing some thinking about this. It's possible for us to still get it, but we need some help from the AI. So we could hire a few more units. This guy can actually reach Altdorf. The biggest issue is he doesn't have siege attackers, so he would have to wait. We could, and then also he probably can't win that battle on his own, right? That's not a good army for that. We could have our Lamian Lord go over there, though. She should be able to do most of the damage that we need. So if we force march her to help, yeah, and then what we'll probably end up doing is grabbing some units from here, because there's some better units that we can raise dead with. Yeah, there's 2 corpse carts. The rest of the stuff's not that great, but the corpse carts will be really nice to have. And then I want to split off, I think, the black coach from Isabella, because she's getting strong enough to where I think she doesn't really need the help. These 2 lords are very strong. Yeah, so if we take the black coach out, yeah, let's go ahead and do that then. So regular, let's go here. So we'll take your black coach and your ghoul. We'll give you some zombies. This guy's got a bunch of zombies. Let's go ahead and get rid of 1 zombie, and then we'll replace it with one of these corpse carts. We probably want the lodestone. What does this other one have? Yeah, see, he's got a necro. He doesn't need the lodestone. So we'll take the unholy lodestone in this army. That means we'll have a full heal, even without a necromancer, so that's good. This army could take a corpse cart if we want to delete one of these. Probably worth it, just to get a little more of a boost. And then I think everything else is okay. We don't need any of these other ones. We could technically use some dire wolves. Having something to run people down, because Isabella's not very great at running people down, so why don't we do that?
Bring me flesh to craft.
Darkness comes.
Okay, so everything else here looks good, except for maybe... No, we have enough. I was going to say we could do 1 more spear, but I don't know that that's necessary. Yeah, we should. Let's get 1 more spear. Because we don't really have much anti-large in this. Alright, so that should be good. What we're going to do then is grab everything we can from here. And I keep forgetting, I need to put the thing that makes it cheaper. We just hired a bunch of units, so we missed out on that. Raise dead cost minus 7%. It doesn't seem like much, but it does add up. Okay, so that is going to do it for them. Let's rush over here to Altdorf.
Destroy them.
Okay, so there's an army in there. They will definitely sally out. There's no way that they don't. What other units can we get here then? Or is it the same? It's the same pool. Yeah, so we can't do anything else there. Let's get our Lamian Lord over there to help. And the only way we can do that is force march, but that's fine. Perfect. Yeah, we don't have a lot of winds and magic here either. Damn. What do they have here anyways? So archers. Nothing too crazy. What is the garrison? They have a mortar in the garrison. That's a little scary. But, oh no, we don't have the flying unit. Yeah, she is mounted though. She's fast. So we could probably handle it with her. Okay, let's do that. Sorry, I know I'm talking a lot. This is like a really important turn, I feel like. We can't stop pushing down here because if we do, then they're going to regroup. We don't really want that. We can't reach Wiesenberg, so we'll take Donnernbach. Yeah, they have that army that we wiped out mostly, so they're recovering here. We can finish them off. So let's get some items. Alright, there's nothing particularly scary here that we need to worry about, so I'm going to probably edit this. Yeah, but half these guys are dead already anyway, so let me work on that. Okay, I just wanted to show, I thought this was hilarious. So they're trying to maneuver so that they face me perpendicular, but if I keep going in circles, it causes them to blob up. So my guess is they won't shoot at us when we approach. So I have my giant doomstack blob coming. Oh, they're starting to, yeah, they're starting to spread out. All right, that's fine. We could still, we'll just dive bomb them. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. So we're gonna take a little bit of heat here. Not the end of the world. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to clean this up. This is going to be pretty straightforward. There we go. Like I said, easy fight. Let's try to make sure this guy doesn't get out, though.
Yes! Fine!
So there we go. Ran most of them down with the dogs. So that was a pretty good fight. So that's the settlement down. That's one army down. I think I saw another one to the east because we got attacked by 3 armies. We killed one. This is one of the other ones, so that's 2 out of 3. I'm pretty sure the third one is over here. This one, I'm pretty sure we have room to sack, but I'm not sure. So let's just loot and occupy.
Everything dies.
Actually, no, we don't have vision, but I'm assuming he's going to be in one of their 2 remaining settlements.
would gladly
Yeah, he's
send
got
you-
2 left, but we'll wipe them out pretty quick soon.
Yes.
I just realized we got manservant, so that's a plus 5% campaign movement range. That is really good. We got to figure out who we're going to put it on. It's either going to be Isabella or it's going to be Vlad, one of the siege attackers. Those are the ones that need it the most. Probably Vlad. I think he would be able to take advantage of it the most. And then we'll keep selling this garbage off. Yeah, we'll probably put it on Vlad. That's a really good one. So looted a settlement belonging to the Empire. Okay, so we want to loot all the Empire settlements then. Hopefully we get more. So here is the plan. We've got one more army that we can move. These guys can, yeah, these guys can get a lot of good units, and we're probably going to need it if we go up against Azag. So why don't we do that? We can't get there in one turn, so we'll probably just move to the edge,
Find me, child.
get some extra winds of magic, recruit the rest of what we can. So I don't know what all these do. This is just a grave guard, but without a shield, so it does extra damage. This guy, I'm not 100% sure. So, current Cairn Wraith. It's a tier 2 unit, so it's not that great, but it's expensive as hell, so... Currently, it's pretty good. It looks like it does decent damage. And it's ethereal, so if they don't have magic attacks, they won't be doing a ton of damage to it. Of course, we've got the grave guard, and then I saw Crypt Horror over here. And a regular corpse cart, unfortunately, not one of the good ones, but that's all right. So let's take all the good ones. We probably need one more spear. I don't think we need to take any direwolves. I guess we could. These guys aren't that great at running units down. What is... Actually, hold on. Yeah, I almost did it again. Let me throw some items on this guy. Yeah, we want to get the Gravedigger, save 7%.
What?
So all these 2... Now we're almost at minus 10k a month. Yikes. Yeah, we are getting very, very, very expensive. So one more, and then I think maybe 2 more zombies. Let's take a direwolf just in case. An extra zombie is not going to help that much, but an extra direwolf could really make a big difference. So yeah, let's take that. So this army is actually looking pretty strong. It may not be enough to take out this guy. Yeah, you can see him right here, actually. There he is. So what kind of spells do these guys have? Do they have any AoE? Gaze, that's magic missile. That's fine. We can deal with that. The big wah. Explosion. That's not good. Yeah, just the one. So this can do a little bit of skip damage on our units, and then this could do some decent damage. Man. It's a little scary, but I think we'll be alright. So he's recruiting here. We're gonna have a pretty tough fight, and then I'm assuming he can reach. Oh, he can't actually reach in one turn. So we'll have a turn to recruit whatever we can here. Heal up, recruit, and then we'll fight him and then attack this. And then we'll have to go back into the mountains to take the walled settlement that they have. I can't remember where it is. I think it's right here.
Bring me flesh to craft.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So yeah, that will be for next turn.
They will
So we'll start another war. Start pushing into here. And then we'll own pretty much everything in the mountainous area, right? We'll have this army pushing this way. Maybe we will send this guy in the mountains with him. I don't know. I haven't decided. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, now here is the last thing. Well, actually, let's double check. Yeah, I'm going to go through all this usual stuff. So commandments, buildings, all that stuff. But let's do the end turn recap. So we have 32 settlements. We qualify for short-term victory. Yeah, we've got 30 out of 30. We just need to own Altdorf. It's turn 8. It's technically still turn 8. If we end the turn and we win the fight and take Altdorf, we will have it done in 8 turns. It'll be at the end of 8 turns, but 8 turns nonetheless. And if not, we'll just get it at turn 9. Assuming he doesn't come out of the woodworks with some massive army and absolutely destroy us, which is possible. We didn't scout any of this yet, so yeah, I don't even know where his legendary lord is. He might
approach me.
Yeah, he might come and smack us down, but we'll see. So anyways, if we get attacked, if they sally out, and we successfully win that fight and wipe out the garrison completely, then it's possible that we could do this in 8 turns. So like I said, if not, oh well, we'll do it in 9. But that'll be it for this turn. I'm sure we'll come back in just a minute when we fight this guy, so see you in a minute.